Let's give you updates coming from Akwa Ibom State. We told you at the start of the show that they have started the maiden edition of the Akwa Ibom State Youth Sports Festival. What is it all about? We're told that over 6,000 athletes, guess what, from primary and secondary schools, from the 31 local government councils in the state are taking part in this 5-day festival. Very, very heartwarming right there. One for the grassroots, and the Ministry for Youth and Sports in Nigeria, they have said to Akwa Ibom, look, we will support you, we'll give you all the necessary support you need to make this continue. According to the Minister for Youth and Sports, Barrister Solomon Dalong, who was in Uyo for the opening ceremony of this tournament, says the Ministry of Sport will partner and collaborate with Akwa Ibom State, give them the necessary support and see ways to make this continue to grow. We are trying to get some connection with officials of sports in Akwa Ibom State. When we get that, we will be hearing from them right here on the show. But Femi, always heartwarming to see when sports is taken to the grassroots.
Most definitely. That's what is expected. We just talked about the NCAA tournament. It's a grassroots program. However, it is elite, in the American context, but it's also, a conveyor belt for the future stars. And this doesn't just, start from that level. There's also high school, and good to know that, Nigerian perspective, we're also going back to that level because that's what we should do. I preach about the Youth Alive League here every week.
That's right.
Under 13s, under 16s, under 19s, something close to, or even more interesting is happening, in Ibadan or your state as well with the Hoops Dream program. But aside from basketball and football too, the Lagos State government too have also, done well in as regards developmental program for football, with the different grassroots programs and the different competitions that we are putting together. Let's not also forget the Channels National Kids Cup.
That's right.
Which is also one of the flagship events in Nigerian developmental programs. As I would put it, because now everyone wants to be involved. Because this is what it is. This is what it's supposed to be about. Picking these guys when they are young, teaching them the basics, and by the time a 9-year-old, starts playing organized sports, for the next 10 years at 19, is well prepared, ready to play, at an elite level. And guess what? He already has 10 years experience at his 19. Right. That's what it should be. That should be the template. But for me, if I want to advocate, I will still go on to say that most of these developmental programs should be more or less channeled to specific sports. Let's deal with it individually rather than putting everybody together and try to form a sort of an Olympic kind of event.
That's right.
It should be specific.
Now that you've mentioned Olympic, that's actually the focus for Akwa Ibom State. The objective is to discover new talents, not just discover them, groom them, and ensure that the state becomes the new hub of champions in the next few years. According to the governor of the state, Emmanuel Udom, he says the objective is to work for the next 2 Olympics and produce athletes that will represent this country. So if they are putting together the sports festival for primary and secondary school students, and the objective is long-term, he has promised that it will be an annual event, and the Ministry for Youth and Sports in Nigeria says, look, this is laudable, so we're going to support it. We'll give them all the necessary support that they need, and I think that's really, really good. We told you over 6,000 athletes, over 6,000 athletes. 5-day sports festival right there in Akwa Ibom State. Pictures coming right there. So that's it. Akwa Ibom State and the Sports Festival gets our attention, and joining us live on the program, Monday Oko, Commissioner for Youth and Sports in Akwa Ibom State. Good to have you on the program, Commissioner.
Yeah, good evening. How are you?
Okay, we're fine. Talking sports right here. Good to have you on the program. We're talking about the Akwa Ibom State Youth Sports Festival. Please tell us more. What's the objective?
Yeah, thank you very much, my brother. We've been working so hard to make sure that we touch truth. The governor of Akwa Ibom State, immediately Nigeria came back from Olympic without any gold medal, became angry and directed the Ministry of Youth and Sports to make sure that in the next Olympic, Akwa Ibom can give the whole of this country all the athletes that we need to make a difference for this country. That's the essence of this. We are going into the grassroots to make sure we look for those talents and bring them up, and them, groom them for exports and for also use in the country.
Let's look at long term for this. Is this going to be a one-off? We've heard the governor saying it will be an annual event, but How true is the state government in keeping those words?
It's not only going to be, it's going to be twice every year. As I'm speaking to you immediately after these tournaments, we are going to start the November edition of Akwa Ibom Youth Sport Festival.
Okay, Commissioner, over 6,000 athletes. That's really heartwarming. After this competition, what's next? Is there any monetary strategy in place by the state to monitor these talents that will be discovered from this festival?
As of today, all the players and athletes that partook in the events were able to sort out those good ones, and I can assure you that we want to put them in some sort of academy, train them, pay them salary, and groom them for the future of this country.
We love it that over 6,000 athletes, young lads, will be taking part at the sports festival. Talk to us about some of the sports that they'll be featuring in.
The primary school level is taking 15 sports. The secondary school level is taking about 18 sports. Yesterday, we hosted the Minister for Sports and His Excellency, the Governor of Akwa Ibom State. The 30,000 capacity stadium in Uyo was filled to capacity. And it's a very big festa, and we are very sure, extremely very sure, that God will see us through at the end of the tournament on Sunday this week.
That's really good there. I know, of course, they're taking part in track and field, they're playing football. What other sports are we seeing?
Virtually all the sports. Like I said, we at the primary school level, we're talking about 15. And at the secondary school level, we are talking about over 18 sports. And football, track and field, that, a whole lot of them. I cannot mention all of them at the moment.
Okay. So from the part of the Ministry for Youth and Sports, how are they willing to support the state government in making sure that this sports festival is a success?
Akwa Ibom State government is working to present a bill to the House of Assembly to make this part of our laws for every incoming government to continue this program. This program, His Excellency the Governor, is looking at it that it shall outlive him, and we are working very hard every day to make sure this has come to stay.
Okay, thank you so much, Commissioner for Youth and Sports, Akwa Ibom State, Monday Oko. Thank you so much for talking to us on Sports Tonight.